Hi, this is Amy, Esteem Counselor at Envoy Medical. I wanted to do a video post today because it has now been 10 years since I was implanted with my Esteem Hearing Implant on the left side back in 2006. It's a really exciting time for me because when I look back 10 years ago to who I was a completely different person. From what I was doing day to day, I was working in a kind of a dead-end job. I didn't ever really want to put myself out there because it highlighted the fact that I couldn't hear, and what other people typically thought was that, you know, I wasn't a go-getter, or I was a little ditzy, or I was a little slow, or whatnot. And so my life had become really small. As a mother in the community with two young kids, it was very hard for me to interact out and about. When I was with my kids, I wasn't always wearing a hearing aid. I couldn't always hear when people said hello to me or, recognized me, acknowledged me. And so a lot of the time I kind of had my head down and tried not to draw attention to myself because I knew if somebody saw me or called out to me, it was a pretty high chance that I wouldn't hear them. When I look at how I functioned within my own family as kind of part of a family team, honestly, I felt left out a lot. And it wasn't because my family, didn't understand my hearing loss. It's just that when you miss things, it's kind of two-sided. You get tired of saying what, and the people around you get tired of repeating themselves. So it kind of becomes this situation where you're told, oh, it was nothing, or just forget it. And it wasn't just them saying that, it was me sometimes too. But it did affect my daily life. When I got the Esteem, I didn't really know what it would be like. I did know that my current situation wasn't good. It was affecting my life daily. And I had this chance to try a new technology, and it was a chance I was willing to take a risk on. Had I known then what I know now, oh my goodness. When I got this device activated, I hit the ground running. It was like from the moment I sat in the front seat of my car and heard my son behind me say, "Mommy, did you get your machine turned on?" And I looked at my husband, who was sitting next to me in the car, and our eyes met. And I just said, "Is that what he really sounds like?" And my husband said, "Well, yeah." And I thought to myself, I heard him, and I didn't crane my neck and turn and look at him in the back seat. And it's a metaphor, really, for how I feel 10 years after the Esteem. I don't look back. I'm looking forward. I'm part of the action. I've had a job for the last 6 or 8 years that involves talking to people on the phone, which is something that I absolutely was terrified of 10 years ago, because I could either hear the person or I couldn't. There wasn't much in between. And I would have never taken a position or a duty or an occupation where I was dependent on whether I could hear the person on the phone that day. I speak in front of people. I travel on my own. I am a different person. I have confidence. I'm able to laugh at the joke at the beach party or the boat party because I can hear in those situations. If I'm laying on the couch watching TV, starting to fall asleep, I can still hear when somebody says something. And those of you with hearing aids, you can't. I would urge anyone who has hearing loss and has not found the right solution to look into this technology. It is life-changing, and I'm not the only one that has found it life-changing. There are so many different people to talk to, questions to ask to find out if the Esteem is right for you. But from one individual who's experienced hearing loss to another, you've got to look into this. It's incredible. To 10 more years with the Esteem. Thank you.